Yeah, Jordan got 101 rush yards, but it wasn't getting it on the corner.
No, and they forced him deep in his own backfield. They did a pretty good job on that. Pass protection, you have to look at going in. You think of UNC, awesome, 3 sacks. And so I think Maryland did a pretty good job of allowing Hill some room. Ball control. In the end, this is exactly what happened for Carolina. They may not win on the numbers, but in crunch, they possessed the ball.
And the big drive at the end of the game to win it by Ronald Curry. Let's take a look at some scores from other fields of football this afternoon. Duke 28-17. They're still in the 30 Carter Finley. Miami pulling ahead of Pittsburgh in the fourth quarter. Look at Iowa with the upset over Northwestern. They're in the fourth in Big Ten. Michigan prevailing over Penn State with minutes to go there. Other games around the country. Got some games in the SEC also today. Coming up next week on most of these same stations, you'll see one of 2 games. Some of you will see Maryland try to get bowl eligible against the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. That game will be at 12 noon. Others will see North Carolina try to do the same on the road at Duke. Check your local listings for the availability of games in your area. A disappointing day for Lamont Jordan and the Maryland Terrapins. They'll live for another day, but they've got to try to get it against Georgia Tech. For Mike Hogwood and Doc Walker, I'm Steve Martin. Reminding you our final score is North Carolina 13, Maryland 10. You've been watching Jefferson Pilot Sports' exclusive coverage of Atlantic Coast Conference football. Good afternoon, everyone, from Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
It's Ford truck season at your Ford dealer.
It's truck season. You need to be in a Ford. Ford trucks are the toughest trucks built.
Right now, lease the 2001 F-150 for just $299 a month. America's best-selling truck. That's $299 a month. Even get $1,500 cash back on all 2000 F-150s during truck season.
I'd rather buy a Ford than have another truck given to me. I get what I pay for.
The best trucks are built Ford tough.
It's truck season. See your Carolina Ford dealer.
The car with the most legroom in its class also fits right into your budget. 0-9 financing on the North American Car of the Year. Ford Focus, only at your Carolina Ford dealer. The only sedan in its class with power adjustable pedals has found yet another way to increase driver comfort. 0-9 plus 1,000 cash back on the double 5-star safety rated Ford Taurus, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Covering morning traffic better. Air 7 Power Zoom.
Winning the Heisman Trophy in 1966. 25 years later, the Gators' favorite son returned to the Swamp as head coach. He's brought Florida its greatest glory, winning 5 SEC titles and its lone national championship. Steve Spurrier's Gators, Lou Holtz's Gamecocks, at stake, the SEC East. We welcome you to the Home Depot coverage of college football on CBS. We welcome you specifically to Ben Hill Griffin Stadium at Florida Field in Gainesville, also known as the Swamp. This one has some meaning. It is a battle between South Carolina and Florida, and the SEC Eastern Division is at stake. It's homecoming in Gainesville, a parade the highlight of yesterday's activities, and as is the case on campuses throughout the country, homecoming attracts folks and fans from all ends of the generational spectrum. The Florida folks have come here today to tangle with the Gamecocks, and they have come nearly 90,000 strong. South Carolina 7-2 for the year. Florida 8-1 and ranked 5th in the country. Here come the Gators. Gamecocks. Their head coach in his second season, Lou Holtz. What's at stake? Here are the current standings in the SEC East. Florida can win it outright with a victory today. South Carolina has already defeated Georgia this year. With a win over the Gators, they will win the tiebreaker and win their first SEC Eastern Division championship. Good afternoon, everybody. Vern Lundquist, welcome to the Swamp. This one has some significance. Because of its record of sustained excellence under Steve Spurrier, Florida has played a lot of significant games in this stadium, but not one of them has involved South Carolina. The Gamecocks in the midst of a remarkable turnaround. 1998-1999, this team lost 21 games in succession. In Lou Holtz's second year, they've now come back to post a 7-2 record, and they have a chance to win the SEC East. For his perspective, let's go down to my sidekick, who's on the sideline. Here's Todd Blackledge.
Thanks, Vern. You know, there's a couple real compelling questions that come out of this ball game. The first is, who's going to win the marquee matchup of strength versus strength, the Florida offense or the South Carolina defense? Now, coming into the game, Florida is the most potent offense in the SEC, scoring 41 points a game. South Carolina, on the other hand, the conference's top defense, also the 5th-rated defense in the country. And take a look at touchdown passes. 26 thrown by the Gators, only 2 allowed by South Carolina. Now, the defensive coordinator for South Carolina is Charlie Strong. He'll be in a chess match today against his old boss. He was a defensive assistant here for the Florida Gators back in the early 90s. Another interesting question is, can South Carolina make this a 60-minute game, and how will they handle the pressure of a big game here in the Swamp? With the Florida State and Tennessee games being both on the road for the Gators this year, this is by far the biggest home game of the year for Florida. And when they play a big game here in the Swamp, there is no stadium in America that is louder or more raucous than here in the Swamp. Now, I got together with Tim Russert last night. We went over a bunch of the numbers. This is what we came up with. Florida, under Steve Spurrier, 62-4 overall at home here in the Swamp. 36-2 versus the SEC. A perfect 20-0 versus SEC East teams. South Carolina, on the other hand, 0-7 in trips to Gainesville, but they are 2-1 on the road this season. Florida likes to jump on people early when they play at home. They've outscored their opponents 154-37 in the first half. South Carolina, on the other hand, plays their best football in the second half, outscoring their opponents 106-51. One final note, it's homecoming today. Steve Spurrier is a perfect 10-0 in homecoming games. I think all the signs are pointing to Florida, Florida, Florida in this one. For more on the South Carolina story, let's join Jill Arrington.
Thanks, Todd. Coach Lou Holtz is known as a master rebuilder of college football programs. Now, his secret to success here at South Carolina this season has been team unity. Here's a couple of things that he's done to build his team's togetherness. He set up a system called chicken points. You help your other players out, you gain points. He also changed their living arrangements. It was once popular to live off campus. Now 70 of 85 of the scholarship players live in the same dorm on campus. Now, before training camp, the players gave their car keys over to the coaches. They all rode the bus together to and from the off-campus practice facility. Also, Coach Holtz set up during team meetings something called storytelling, where a player gets up in front of the entire team and tells his story, how he got here. Also, he set up a Big Brother program. He pairs a freshman with an upperclassman to help show him the ropes. All of these things are to promote team togetherness, that generate a bond between the players so they can get to know one another, not just players on the field, but also off the field. I just talked to Coach Holtz in the locker room, and he thinks that his team unity is what's going to be the key to them winning this game. He said the motto today is, great teams beat great athletes. Vern?
Thank you, Jill. We have a sellout crowd on hand on a spectacular day. Florida leads the series 14-3-3. The last South Carolina win, 1939. And the Gamecocks have never won a game here in Gainesville. South Carolina won the toss. They have deferred their option until the second half. So senior Jason Coursey, who has specialized in kickoffs this year and will also get the place kicking duties today, is ready to kick it deep to either Bo Carroll, a senior, number 2, or Leto Shepard, a sophomore, number 3. Leto Shepard drifts over to his left and decides to run it out. spins out of the tackle at the 20 and is driven out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Stop made by the starting cornerback, Sheldon Brown, number 24. There is Sheldon Brown. Rex Grossman, the redshirt freshman from Bloomington, Indiana, who is leading this country in passing efficiency after becoming the starter at the midway point of the season, and he has been particularly effective at home.
He really has, and now the last couple weeks he has struggled a little bit early. Important for him to get off to a good start against this confusing South Carolina defense.
Empty backfield. It's a 3-3-5 defense. They flip it out to the left side. The catch is made by Matt Jackson, number 19, who was a surprise starter. Let's check the offenses listed. Pearson, Moody, Jorgensen, Hires, and Kenyatta Walker up front. And it's Rex Grossman joined by Gillespie, Rod Frazier, Jamar Gaffney, Rashay Caldwell, Aaron Walker, the tight end. It was Jackson who caught the last pass. Again, the empty backfield, 5-men split. Gaffney's in a slot to the left. Now Grossman changing the play. Delay of game.
South Carolina gives you a lot of different looks, Vern. They move people up and back, in and out. That time they moved up to show pressure, and Rex Grossman tried to come up and audible and a little movement up front. And this is going to be a battle all day long. Watch the movement here, up, showing pressure. And then Rex Grossman is going to see it, and he's going to try to get under the center and audible now. Well, there's the movement by the right guard, Leon Hires. There's going to be a lot of that back and forth, reading the defense, making the proper checks at the line of scrimmage.
5-yard penalty at 2nd down and 13. And now more standard formation, backs in the eye. Robert Gillespie behind Frazier. And the audible.
Pressure look again.
Corner blitz. Grossman gets tipped in the line of scrimmage and incomplete. And let's set this South Carolina defense, which is really outstanding under Charlie Strong. Quinn, Caldwell, Pinckney, and Kalimba Edwards are the down linemen. Wadley and Alfing. It was Alfing who had the tip on the last play at the linebackers, and they play with 5 defensive backs: Goodman, Island, Faison, Offord, and Brown.
Play with 5, but they have 6 in now on this 3rd down and long play.
3rd and 13. Here comes the blitz again. Grossman gets rid of it to Hoggebrook, and Hoggebrook rumbles out across the 45 with a first down after a 24-yard gain.
This looks like a mistake in coverage by South Carolina because nobody picked up Hoggebrook. It's a 5-man rush, which indicates man-to-man. And here comes Hoggebrook right now, and nobody's on him. Nobody picks him up in the middle of the field, and he's able to convert that to an easy first down. Obviously a bust by South Carolina.
Brian Hoggebrook, only his 13th catch of the season, number 15. Backs in the eye. Gillespie, big hole up the middle. And he pushes forward across the 50 and down to the 46. That's a gain of 8 on first down.
Big matchup inside this week for Florida, blocking on the 2 inside guys. Those are the 2 best players up front for South Carolina. Cecil Caldwell and Cleveland Pinckney, and that time a good push inside by the Florida offensive line.
2nd down and 2, opening drive of the game. Quick setup, flip it out left side. Gaffney with his first catch. Loses a tackler, picks up a 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Jamar Gaffney, who became a starter after the heroics in the win early this season at Tennessee from Jacksonville, of course. I think many of you know his story. Suspended from this team, playing without a scholarship right now, but no question he will get his scholarship back. And he's on a streak right now. He has caught 100 yards or more worth of catches in 5 straight games.
And 12 touchdown passes as a freshman, an NCAA record.
Grossman with a modest play fake, a lot of time, goes deep for Gaffney. Brown's there, and it goes right through Sheldon Brown's hands. That should have been an interception.
It should have, and if you're going to beat Florida, you've got to make plays like this. You've got to make some big plays. That's their best cover corner, Sheldon Brown. He's got 4 interceptions on the season. You see him looking in at the quarterback. He has this play read all the way. zeroes in on the football, just can't clamp down on it. Excellent job of coverage and being in position, just couldn't come up with the play.
2nd and 10. Rashay Caldwell breaks wide to the right side. Taylor Jacobs is in the lineup now, replacing Gaffney. He split left. Grossman looking right, fires it out for Caldwell. Nice defensive job by Faison at the 35-yard line. Rashad Faison, listed as the starting strong safety. Rashay Caldwell, we talked about Gaffney. Caldwell has come out the last 3 games.
And that's been as big a reason why Florida is continuing to get better on offense. They needed another weapon, and Rashay Caldwell has been providing that. He's been running good routes. He's catching everything in practice and in the games, and has really given Rex Grossman another place to go with the football.
3rd down, 8. 4 down linemen for South Carolina. They bring only 4. Grossman dances right, pumps once under pressure, and gets rid of it at the 32-yard line, short of the 1st down. Catch is made by Gaffney. But that's going to bring on the senior place kicker, Jeff Chandler, who earlier this season had a career long of 54 yards.
We're watching Rex Grossman mature and develop throughout the year. Rather than force it down the field, he drops it underneath. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he at least moves it close enough for Chandler to have a legitimate attempt at this field goal.
Either 48 or 49 yards for the all-time leading scorer in Florida history. Beautiful. Playing his final home game today, one of 13 seniors on the team. He has requested an extra year of eligibility from the NCAA because in his first year he was on for 1 extra point.
Chevy Blazer LT, the only vehicle in its class with OnStar and lots of other security features. A little security in an insecure world. Blazer, like our rock.
What's going on?
Hey.
Wow, this is nice. But I thought Stacy said if you bought new tools, she gets a new dining room set.
Yeah, she did.
So where are the table and chairs?
You're standing on them.
Fine woodworking tools from Rigid. Name proven by pros since 1923. Take our 12-inch compound miter saw, the best choice for deck building, remodeling, and finish work. Rigid. Buy them at the Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning.
Oh, that's weird. I think it's closed.
What's going on?
It's closed.
Seems to be the problem.
Closed.
Amazon.com changed the way people shop.
Hello? Weird.
That is weird.
HP technology makes it happen.
The NFL Today examines the rivalry between Baltimore and Tennessee. And are we in for a record-breaking day when Elvis Grbac and Jeff Garcia air it out Sunday on CBS?
We are in Alachua County, not Palm Beach County, but I think this voter is from the Palmetto State, huh? And that butterfly ballot goes to Holtz. Steve Spurrier and Lou Holtz are very, very good friends. Though this is the first time that Lou Holtz has brought a team into the swamp. He has 1-1 career against Steve Spurrier.
Spurrier for president and Holtz for coach of the year.
Yeah.
And both of them have done a great job this year. They really have.
Chandler booms one. Watson will take a knee. It'll come out to the 20. And South Carolina gets it on offense for the first time. 1st and 10. Quarterback is a junior in his 2nd year as a starter. He went through the miseries of that 0-11 season a year ago. Phil Petty, 6'3", 205 pounds, very intelligent player, not the strongest arm, not the strongest ability with his feet, but terrific at running this offense.
Yeah, and his mind is really the biggest reason why they were able to go to the more spread-oriented offense, because they were confident in his ability. Now he's going to play wide receiver.
He is out split wide right. This will be a direct snap. They've already used 6 quarterbacks this year. Here's a handoff. Nope, it's a fake. And Watson, I swear, it looked like 1943, and it looked like single-wing football, didn't it?
If you don't think it's no holds barred today for Lou Holtz and his son Skip Holtz, think again. They're going to try everything. Now here's Petty. He's going to shift out, and Derek Watson is going to become the single-wing quarterback. Little play-action fake. They didn't gain much, but it sure gives John Hoke something to think about.
First down or second down and 7. Toss this time to Watson. Tries to come right. Derek Watson, the sophomore, knocked out of bounds. Marquand Manuel led the way, number 4. Let's check the Gamecock offense. Up front, this is a patchwork offensive line. They've been hampered by injuries. It's Barnes, William Brown, Laurel Johnson, and Melvin Page who get the call today. Derek Watson, Andrew Pinnock listed as the starting running backs. Jamel Kelly is the leading wide receiver. Thomas Hill, the tight end.
I think one of the key matchups to watch today for this ball game is going to be the center, Scott Brown, blocking against Gerard Warren. Right here in the middle. He's a little undersized, and Warren, the best defensive lineman on the Florida team.
Shotgun 4 wides. 4-man rush for Florida. Petty rolls out. He's pressured and lets it go. And it was Gerard Warren who put the pressure on Petty.
Well, he didn't beat Brown because he went on a stunt, and he got around to the outside and showed his quickness to the quarterback. Watch Warren. He's going to go on a stunt. He draws the block, and then he gets around clean and pressures Petty into a hurried throw. And he is going to be a handful for this South Carolina offensive line. He is a real disruptor on the inside.
Leto Shepard has 1 return for a touchdown this season. And this special teams is not one of the strong points of South Carolina's approach. There is a very poor punt. It bounces, however, and takes a Gamecock roll and limps to a rest at the 26-yard line.
Well, they got a great bounce, and Florida a little bit lucky there. They only had 9 guys on the field. They didn't have enough to have the proper alignment on that punt return. But South Carolina able to switch the field position with the good bounce.
About a 20-yard roll and a 50-yard punt. Well, 10:54 to go on this splendid Saturday in Gainesville. We'll be right back.
What kind of a company are we? We're a company of 70,000 people. People with families and children, hopes and expectations. We're a community with a shared conviction that if we can just make others' lives better and easier and more prosperous and secure, then our lives will be better too. We're First Union, and that's the kind of company we are.
Running our own e-business suite, Oracle saved $1 billion in 1 year. How much will you save? Oracle. Software powers the internet.
I love this thing. I can wash it out.
After his girlfriend gave him a Norelco Quadra action, no one could escape Phil's enthusiasm.
Here, give it a feel.
The Norelco Quadra action has satisfied 99% of the guys who've tried it. Norelco, put it to the test.
The sleek 200 horsepower Chevy Monte Carlo SS. Green. The side you show the world is up to you.
Minion's mission is to stop all crime. But what if the crooks are cops?
I want them arrested. By doing this, you paint this entire department with the same brush. Sit down!
The District, CBS Tonight.
10:54 to go in the first quarter of play on homecoming weekend at the University of Florida. 3-0 Florida. Grossman straight drop back. Down the middle. Got a crossing receiver. That catch is made at the 42-yard line by Rashay Caldwell. And a gain of 16 yards, 1st and 10. NFL continues tomorrow on CBS. Single day of coverage for you. At 1 o'clock, Baltimore, Tennessee, Cincinnati, Dallas, Cleveland's at home, and Jacksonville as well. And at the late start, Kansas City at San Francisco, or Miami at San Diego. And it all begins with the NFL today, 12 noon Eastern time. 1st and 10, Gators with a 3-0 lead. Hand off, Ernest Green, number 5, Graham. And Graham picks up 11.
Not a spread formation, I formation with the tight end. Good block by the fullback, Frazier. Also a nice block by the guard, Leon Hires, and open up a nice hole for Ernest Graham. Hires, the guard, and the fullback opening the hole for Ernest Graham.
Graham stays on the field. He alternates starts with Gillespie, and he leaned then but got set for the full second. Skips into the secondary. Bangs inside the 40 to the 37.5-yard line. Tackle made by DeAndre Island, the freshman safety.
Again, you see Florida with a lot of formations, but when they get in the I formation, they're going to want to run the football, and they've got to get the key block, the fullback, on the middle linebacker. They're able to get that. Frazier actually takes him right out of the play, and then Ernest Graham running with his shoulder square. And when we talked to Charlie Strong this week, he said, first and foremost, we must stop the running game. We've got to make them one-dimensional. They haven't done it yet.
Second and short. Play fake. Grossman gets some pressure. Dances right, throws it away. Had Kirk Wells, his tight end, in the neighborhood, but it was a distant neighborhood. And that will bring up 3rd and short. Lou Holtz, 2nd season at South Carolina. It is the 6th of his stops in Division I football as a head coach. It all began for him, his first head coaching job at William and Mary. This might be his best job ever.
Boy, he's done a masterful job. He really has. A lot of people didn't think he could get it done.
And especially in view of the 0-11 season last year. 3rd down, fumble. And a scramble for it. Who got it? Florida got it. And they get a 1st down out of it, I think.
Boy, oh boy. Tough break for South Carolina. I think Rex Grossman was a little confused and didn't know whether he should audible this play or stick with it. Spurrier told him to stick with it, and he pulled out a little soon away from the center. Actually, it was the guard, Moody. His right hand hit the football as Rex Grossman was pulling away from the center. You always tell a quarterback to seat the football, bring it into your belly before you do anything with it, and that's exactly why. You don't want somebody to knock that ball loose accidentally.
Mike Pearson, the left tackle, who fell on the ball, and now we'll see if they got enough for the 1st down. Nope.
Well, you've run the football pretty well here so far in the 1st quarter. Your fullback, Frazier, has gotten some nice blocks on the inside linebackers.
And they will go for it on 4th down.
So what do? You line up with 5 wide receivers and quarterback sneak it.
I think you played this game before. That's going to be close.
He needed less than a yard, and if he got it, he did not get it by very much. A very stout effort by the Gamecocks, and their defense is running off the field.
Charlie Strong, yep, not even a measurement.
Watch the push up front, particularly Cleveland Pinckney right in the middle, number 62. They just stuffed it up. Pinckney was able to take a double team and knock him back in the backfield, and Shannon Wadley finished off Rex Grossman. Great stop for the Gamecocks.
We'll be right back.
Now there's a Chevy Venture with flip and fold seats and a built-in entertainment system.
I knew I should have taken a left turn at Albuquerque.
Introducing the Warner Brothers Edition from Chevy Venture, the most versatile minivan ever.
Get $1,000 cash back on any 2001 Chevy Venture. See your Chevy dealer today.
Chevy Venture. We'll be there.
All right. Who can solve this? Mr. Montez.
Last Saturday in the Army Reserve, I figured out how to link up 23 Bradleys, 40 tanks, 60 Humvees, 4 medevac units, and 7,000 troops on the move. On Monday, class was no sweat.
Not bad, Mr. Montez.
As little as 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. Army Reserve.
Are you following PHRM?
Get your clients into PHRM.
Clinical testing through the roof.
It has been a discovery. We'll be announcing it soon.
I hope this works.
Me too.
See the story behind the numbers. Go to cbs.marketwatch.com.
The NFL today.
That's a bad call.
On every frequency, he makes no sense.
They were going to knock you in the mouth. Sundays on CBS.
Well, she was doing the chomp during the commercial. Lou Holtz looks on. First down 10, South Carolina. Watson alongside Petty in the backfield. Scott Brown will snap it back. Watson gets the handoff. He's had a big sophomore season, but 2 weeks ago in the last game against Tennessee, he was stuffed by the Volunteers.
You know, Lou Holtz told Jill before the game one of his mottos this week was great teams can beat great athletes, and another one of his mottos is he told his team we've got to go down there and drain the swamp. The way we drain the swamp is we've got to cause turnovers and make big plays. That fourth down stop was a big play for South Carolina.
Second down and 2 from the 40. Gamecocks trail by 3. Play fake. Nope, Petty slips it. And he got his running back Watson out to the 45, 46-yard line. Well, Lou Holtz came out of a 2-year retirement during which he graced our studios in New York and decided to take on this task. He began his legendary coaching career at William & Mary, then stops North Carolina State, Arkansas, Minnesota, Notre Dame, and South Carolina. And in each of those stops in the second year, he got his team into a bowl game, including that one at William & Mary, and they are bowl-bound this year.
That is a remarkable statistic. I've never heard of anything so dramatic.
3rd and 2. Watson. First down, South Carolina at the 46. And let's check as we get set for their 1st and 10 with the Gator defense. Mitchell, Gurley, Warren, and Brown up front. The linebackers significantly in the middle as the Alabama transfer Travis Carroll got his first start last week. And then the secondary, and it's a good one, Shepard, Johnson, Manuel, and Robert Cromartie.
And Vern, this defense has improved over the season, but if they still have an Achilles heel, it is their ability to stop the run consistently.
This time they fake the give, fire it out, Watson, and the ball is caught by Ryan Brewer, number 21, the sophomore from Troy, Ohio. And he skips out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Gus Scott made the tackle.
You know, I think this is a game where the stage is set for Alex Brown to have a huge game. He's kind of reading the pass that time. He's not really coming after the quarterback real hard, staying at home on the bootleg. But with this kind of offense and South Carolina's need to throw the football, I expect Alex Brown to have a nice ball game today.
2nd and 6 at the Florida 42. Petty, nobody open. Good coverage, he'll have to run. He's hobbled by a bad ankle, and he takes a bump as he goes out of bounds. Benny Alexander, number 30, knocked him out. Now let's check in and see what Florida State is doing. Here's Tim Brando in New York.
All right, Vern, with Miami having won and Oklahoma losing, here's Florida State. This is a touchdown pass to Menace. Hey, a Miami-Florida State rematch in the BCS, that's not something they would want in the Orange Bowl, fellas. We're looking right down the barrel at it, potentially.
All right, Tim, thank you. 7:03 to go first quarter here.
The only thing more confusing than the election here in Florida, the BCS right now.
I thought the same guys were in charge. 3rd down. screen pass. Well, no screen, actually, just a little release out of the backfield by Watson, but he worked his way to a first down at the 35.
Really a nice heads-up play by Phil Petty, too, because this play was not there initially. Now watch Phil Petty just wait and wait and wait for Watson to clear. He's not open right away, but as soon as he was able to clear around Tron Lefevre, he's able to get him the football. Heads-up play to get the first down by a veteran quarterback, Petty. This is smart what Skip Holtz is doing too, getting Derek Watson involved early and often in this football game. He needs him to be a weapon.
First and 10 at the 35, a 3-0 deficit. Here's the handoff to Watson. And he's knocked down for no gain. Might have gotten a half a yard to the 45. Skip Holtz, of course, is Lou and Beth Holtz's son, and gave up his job as the head coach at Connecticut to become the offensive coordinator for his dad. It was really interesting when we chatted with him earlier this week to hear him refer to the head coach as Coach Holtz. It was kind of jarring. It's Pop.
I'm sure it slips out both ways every now and then, you know.
Second down and 10. Ball at the 35. Pinnock is in the backfield with the Gamecocks getting yardage down to the 33-yard line. The tackle made by Derek Chambers, number 91. 5:43 to go. A 49-yard field goal from Florida's Jeff Chandler, the only scoring in the game.
One of the things Florida has been doing a lot here in the last several weeks, too, they play a lot of people, rotating in a lot of different linemen and linebackers. A whole new set of linemen were in those first two plays. Now the starters back in on this big third down play.
They go from the spread with 3 right receivers left and 1 right. Gators are blitzing. Go to the corner for Kelly. He's open. He's got it. First and goal. And he whipped Lito Shepherd.
Nice job by Petty. First of all, reading the blitz out of the shotgun. He sees the blitz coming this way. He's able to read it and then find one-on-one coverage out here. His go-to guy, Jermale Kelly, against Lito Shepherd. You go after the best, and it's a height advantage right there. Kelly is 6'2", Lito Shepherd only 5'10". Throw it up in the air, let your big receiver go up and make the catch.
That's a gain of 29 and a first down and goal. South Carolina at the 5.
Neat touchdown.
In the eye. Double tight end set. Handoff right side. Pinnock surging down to the 1-yard line. Second down from 3 feet away. Mike Natile, number 59, made the tackle.
You know, this guy Pinnock really ran well 2 weeks ago against Tennessee. He was a real difficult guy for Tennessee to tackle. You mentioned Watson had his struggles in that game, but Pinnock had an excellent game. In the last couple weeks, he has really been running well. He's a much bigger back at 250 pounds.
As you can see, not a terribly effective red zone offense. But this time, got it. Touchdown, Pinnock at right guard. That's his 7th touchdown on the ground this year. And the Gamecocks have taken an early lead.
They get the good push on the right side, and then again, a 255-pound tailback is able to get in there and run right behind his fullback, Travis Lewis, with the good lead block. And Lou Holtz knows you cannot beat Florida with field goals. You must score touchdowns. They get the first touchdown of the day.
There's an injured player for Florida. That's Kennard Ellis, backup defensive end, who is a significant contributor to their defensive effort. It's Ellis who's down. 2 significant plays for South Carolina on that drive. They got the key third down pass, Derek Watson, and then the 29-yard catch to give them first and goal from Jermale Kelly. The extra points have not been a strong point of this as we continue to look at Kennard Ellis getting treatment. The special teams play, as we said, for South Carolina has not been good this year.
Key right here for this play, they double-team Gerard Warren. They put guard and the tackle on him, knocked him away from the play, and then Pinnock able to follow in. Melvin Page and C.J. Fry combined for that double team, and you got to know where Gerard Warren is, and that time he fell right into a double-team block.
Concern continues for Kennard Ellis. Bernard Ellis backs up Alex Brown at the right defensive end spot, and now will walk off unassisted. Now Jason Corse, this is part of the story here at South Carolina. He is a senior who has never lettered, has never attempted a field goal, has never scored a point for the Gamecocks. But they've had such problems with their kicking game, and he's been kicking off this year, that he's going to try his first extra point right now.
And this is good for him that his first kick is an extra point and not a critical field goal.
Squad member from Lake Forest, Illinois. Got it. 4:34 to go. Jason Corse on the stat sheet. 7-3, South Carolina.
Honey, the one thing I need you to do today is open an Ameritrade account, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Hi, honey. Did you do it?
Yeah. Go to Ameritrade.com. Ameritrade. It's how you get somewhere on Wall Street.
We invite you to test your sports knowledge. Play
Aflac
trivia at CBS. You're getting better at that.
I'm working on it. I work on it at home too.
CBSSportsline.com or America Online. Keyword CBS Sportsline. 7-3 with 4:34 to go, first quarter. Jason Corse will kick off. Spelled C-O-R-S-E. A 62-yard drive. Carroll and Shepard await it. It'll be Shepard 2 yards in. Now 10 yards out. And that's it. That is it. Flag is down. That's Ryan Brewer, who is one of the better wide receivers on this ball club and down there shining on special teams.
And Lou Holtz loves this guy. I mean, he is an all-purpose, versatile guy. He returns punts. He's the backup punter. He was this tailback last year when they played in this ball game, had 75 yards as the tailback against Florida last year. Now he's a slot receiver, a youngster out of Troy, Ohio, and is really a guy that kind of epitomizes the kind of team player that Lou Holtz is trying to build and recruit. Lito Shepard, an ultra-dangerous return man, and Brewer, an excellent open field tackle to give his team a good start. And a penalty on top of that pushes the Gators back to their own 6-yard line.
Gillespie, the deep back in the eye, has Frazier in front of him as a blocker, and Grossman, the quarterback.
Checkoff.
Deep handoff, and Gillespie, nothing. Now, we mentioned that this is the 6th coaching stop in Division I for Lou Holtz, beginning at William and Mary, a couple of years of retirement. Who has been a head coach at the most schools in Division I? I thought it would be Holtz. It tain't. Got the answer?
No, I don't.
I bet you do. Grossman from the end zone, under pressure, flies it out. Gaffney with a big catch at the 21. Kalimba Edwards had really good pressure on Grossman, and a nice catch by Gaffney for 15.
A nice job by Grossman, knowing the pressure was coming and hanging in there long enough to get it to his main guy. Here's Edwards coming from a stand-up position right over the center. And that's the worst place for a quarterback to get pressure, is right up the middle on you. And Gaffney able to corral it for a big first down.
Gain of 15, 1st and 10. Grossman with time. Goes to his tight end. That's Aaron Walker, only his 8th catch of the year. And a modest gain, just 3 yards out there for 25. Kenny Harney, number 44, on to make the tackle. 3:12 to go. Opening quarter of play. How formidable is the task here? Well, under Steve Spurrier, Florida has lost exactly 2 SEC games on this field. So that is the kind of task confronting South Carolina. That carry out to the 26-yard line by Gillespie. And Rashad Faison makes the tackle, number 11.
Great play by Willie Offord, who's going to come in and blow the play up right there. Offord just destroys the block of the fullback, and that disrupts the timing of the play. Offord doesn't get in on the play or the tackle, but he slows up the play and allows him to get around.
See the 36-2 SEC record, Alabama and Auburn. And the only other 2 defeats here have been at the hands of those guys from Tallahassee. Third down.
You were looking at my grease board, weren't you?
Yes, I was. Here's Grossman. He's got his running back. That's going to be short of the first down, however. Gillespie makes the grab, but he needed 3 more yards. And the Gators will have to punt. Andre Offing made the stop.
So far, I'm impressed with what Charlie Strong is doing. He's mixing up the looks. As you take a look at Kalimba Edwards going against a very good offensive tackle, Walker gets the best of them that time, but they still have to punt. A lot of change-up looks, 3-man rush, 4-man rush, a little man and a lot of zone, and so far it's working for Charlie Strong.
Alan Ryan is on to punt, and Ryan Brewer, who made the tackle on the kickoff, is back to return the punt. He is at the 35. Here comes the block. It's blocked and picked up, and that is a touchdown. Carlos Spikes, number 10. Brian Scott.
Brian Scott is the guy who gets the block. And watch, he's going to come right from here. Brian Scott is right there. He's going to get in and make the block. The snap is a little high. But Brian Scott comes clean and does the right thing. He goes for the football and not the punter. And Carlos Spikes, the receiver, able to pick it up and take it to the end zone.
Here's the snap, the hold, the kick, up and good. Shocked yet? The denizens of the swamp are 1:29 to go in the first.
Need sports equipment? Go to MVP.com. All the best gear, all the best brands, and insight to help you play your best. Head to our gift center. It has wish lists, gift certificates, and even gift recommendations. MVP.com. Gear up for sport.
Second time this season that Alan Ryan has been blocked. And for the moment, the Gamecocks are celebrating. Let's take a look at the Scott block again.
A late move by South Carolina. They took one of their gunners and brought him in on the outside. That freed up Brian Scott. They brought the gunner in late, and he occupied a block, and Brian Scott able to come right up inside. See the late move. These 2 guys were picked up by those 2. Nobody picks up Brian Scott. Well-designed and conceived play on the special teams, and another big play for Lou Holtz's South Carolina team.
Corsi will kick off again, 14-3. That chases Carroll 9 yards back, touchback. Tonight on CBS, he's a police chief who will stop at nothing to catch crooked cops, even if it means using hidden cameras. But nothing can prepare him for what he'll find. Craig T. Nelson stars in an all-new episode of what viewers are calling the best new drama of the year. It's The District tonight on CBS. 14-3, South Carolina. Backs in the eye on first down. Graham comes wide to the left side. Grossman drops back. Fires it across the middle. It's caught at the 25-yard line by Gillespie. Frazier it is, Rod Frazier.
Real important right now for Rex Grossman to just keep his poise. And this is an offense, obviously, that can score a lot of points and can get on a roll. He's off to a very nice start. He can't panic right now being down 11 points. Just continue to make his reads and go with the football where the defense dictates.
Second down 4. Comes comes the blitz. Grossman bumped, gets rid of it, incomplete. Juggled by Caldwell and dropped. Well, South Carolina under Charlie Strong. See their rankings around the country. Scoring defense 5th, overall 10th. Passing 13th and rushing 21st.
And amazingly, this defense was ranked 20th in the country last year on a team that was 0-11. That's shocking to me, and they're even better this year. They lost a couple key guys, a couple guys who were drafted high in the NFL, but Charlie Strong has built a new scheme, and they've really taken to it.
Here comes the blitz again. Grossman gets good protection, fires it high. It's caught by Gaffney, first down at the 34-yard line. Rex Grossman, nice play.
Nice job again of not panicking, knowing the pressure's coming, but also knowing he's got single coverage. And I don't think he feels, and Jamar Gaffney doesn't feel, that there's anybody in this league who can stick with him one-on-one on a consistent basis. He's tall, he's rangy, he can jump to catch the football, and Grossman gives him a chance on that one.
That's a first down 10 in the final 32 seconds of the first quarter of play. Now three-man front. And they drop 8. Grossman deep, overthrown at the 45-yard line. Intended for Rashay Caldwell. Well, we asked you which coach had made the most stops in Division I. Lou Holtz has made 6 stops in Division I. The answer? Trophy time. John Heisman. And there are 2 men who've made this. There are 5 men who've made 7 stops. Now, you got time during the commercial break here. You're going to have to look up the 8 schools.
All right. I'll see if I can find it.
Okay. 2nd and 10. Comes the corner blitz. Grossman. Boy, they are coming at him from every conceivable angle.
And that's what this defense is all about. They're very similar to Mississippi State, Vern, in that they give you a lot of different looks and they come from different angles. This time Hutchison is going to come, and there's no back in the backfield, so there's nobody to pick up an extra linebacker, and that's a free ride right to the quarterback's back.
And the one defeat handed Florida this season came mid-season at Mississippi State. They come in 8-1, and one of the biggest wins of the year for South Carolina was against Mississippi State, week 4. Timeout call by the Gators. They use one of their 3. We'll return to the swamp right after this.
An epiphany is a sudden awakening to the essential nature or meaning of things. The day you realize that babies aren't delivered by storks, that was an epiphany. The day you recognize that men and women are not the same, that was an epiphany. The day you realize that your website is your business and your software can't handle the traffic, that is an epiphany. It's a different kind of world. You need a different kind of software.
Next weekend, Greg Norman and Steve Elkington are joined by a superstar lineup, including Jack and Arnie. That's the Franklin Templeton Shootout, and you will see that next weekend, Saturday and Sunday on CBS. 23 seconds to go, first quarter.
You know, Vern, Rex Grossman called a timeout, and I'm seeing in his body language a little frustration right now. I mean, he started out, seemed under control, and recently here, a little frustration with not picking up the blitzes, not seeing things the way he wants to see them, and I would expect to see Charlie Strong continue to pressure. They've blitzed him 6 times now. They're mixing zone and pressure, but maybe the pressure is the right recipe right now for this South Carolina defense.
3rd and 10 at the 35. Florida trailing by 11. This is a 4-person rush. Grossman getting a little pressure from the backside. He lets go of it as he is caught. It's tipped and incomplete. It'll be 4th down. Clinton Pinckney drew a beat on him.
Dangerous throw that time by Rex Grossman. Excellent coverage downfield. Now, they're only going to rush 4 in here, so they're going to play zone back into back. And it's great coverage downfield. Nobody open. And Grossman, again, a very dangerous throw with Pinckney chasing, threw it back to the middle of the field.
There's a high snap. It's blocked for the 2nd time in the game. It is in the end zone. Touchdown. Derek Watson Watson. It's 20-3.
A great athletic play by Derek Watson, because this time he was blocked. He was accounted for, but he stayed with the play. Watch him right here. He got a great jump. Now he's blocked, but watch him just stick his left hand out and gets a piece of the football. He didn't give up on the play, even when he was blocked, and then he gets a touchdown on the end of it. Great hustle play by Derek Watson.
Allen Ryan blocked for the second time in the first quarter. Third time this year. Corsi's extra point is up and good. Lou Holtz, in his second season as the head coach at South Carolina, sees his team go up by 18.
What's going on?
Hey.
Wow, this is nice. But I thought Stacy said if you bought new tools, she gets a new dining room set.
Yeah, she did.
So where are the table and chairs?
You're standing on them.
Fine woodworking tools from Rigid. Name proven by pros since 1923. Take our planer with the power and performance to produce superior finishes on stock up to 13 inches wide. Rigid. Buy them at the Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning.
This week, Dave's all new with Mike Myers, Gwyneth Paltrow, Val Kilmer, Ricky Martin, and Bruce Willis. Monday, don't miss Samuel L. Jackson and Kid Scientists.
On the sideline, Steve Spurrier talking to his quarterback, Rex Grossman. Pulled him out of a game earlier in Jacksonville against Georgia, then reinserted him. And Derek Watson. Just a reminder, this South Carolina team played Tennessee, lost to Tennessee, but it was 2 weeks ago.
And they should have won. I mean, they lost to them, but they really played well enough to win. Just lost the game in the fourth quarter.
Corsi scribs this one. It'll be taken. Nope, goes right between Carroll and Shepard. That will be a touchback.
Vern, this is a flustered football team right now for Florida. They don't know what has hit them here in the first quarter as they trail 21-3.
Well, 22 hit them and 82 hit them. That accounted for 14 points. We'll return right after this message and a word from your local station.
Peter Friedman gets top-notch advice in everything he does. So why doesn't he get top-notch advice when he invests online? Simple. He doesn't know he can. See how we earn it. Solomon Smith Barney.
Let's hear it for the lady. The one whose work is never done. Without you, none of us would even be here. Here's to you, Mom, from a car with the right stuff to get you through it all. Chevy Malibu, the car you depend on every day. Just like you, we'll be there.
It's the mini-series OJ doesn't want you to see. American Tragedy, CBS Sunday.
On back, that's good. Watch the truck there.
Thanks to its 32-valve I-Force V8 and single-piece frame rails with 9 cross members, the Toyota Tundra can carry up to 2,000 pounds of whatever.
Okay, she's loaded. Good. Now let's go back and build me some girlfriends.
The Toyota Tundra. Better from the ground up.
Step on it, Bob. Just because you're single doesn't mean I have to be.
Any 2 Arby's subs for just $4 is big news. 2 incredible subs for 1 incredible price. So get to Arby's and satisfy your grown-up tastes.
The car with the most legroom in its class also fits right into your budget. 0-9 financing on the North American Car of the Year. Ford Focus, only at your Carolina Ford dealer. the only sedan in its class with power-adjustable pedals, has found yet another way to increase driver comfort. 09 plus 1,000 cash back on the double 5-star safety-rated Ford Taurus, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Air 7 Power Zoom. First, fast, dependable, and accurate.
News Channel 7 WSPA TV serving you with 16 translators.
When this season began in September, Jesse Palmer, a fifth-year senior, was a starting quarterback. Benched in favor of Rex Grossman. He is back on the field now, replacing the redshirt freshman. On first down from the 20, Palmer goes right, and it goes through the hands of Jamar Gaffney. So Jesse Palmer on in place of Rex Grossman. Certainly doesn't mean that that's the last we'll hear of Rex Grossman. But Todd, you wanted to talk a little bit about this extra week that South Carolina had to get ready for this game.
Well, Lou Holtz is a master. When you give him extra time to prepare, whether it's a bye week, whether it's a bowl game, he always has his team prepared. And he told Jill about the matchup. Maybe we don't have the same kind of athletes, but what he's done on the punt block is he's put some of his best players. Brian Scott and Derek Watson both have blocked punts. They're two of his best football players on the whole team.
Second down, they drop 8 this time. It's almost picked off by Faison. Boy, oh, mercy. And had he had it, he had 6.
Jesse Palmer, a 3-man rush, and Faison right there reading the quarterback. Steve Spurrier told us yesterday, he said, you know, the thing this team does is they read the quarterback in their zones really well. They watch the quarterbacks and they break on the ball. That time, Faison did everything right except catching.
3rd and 10. 4-man rush. Palmer comes right, fires it out for Caldwell. Knocked down at the 29. That'll be short of the first down, and Florida again will punt.
Excellent defense. Excellent defense. When you play zone defense, you don't give up the big one. You force them to throw underneath, and then you break to the football and tackle well. That's exactly what South Carolina did that time. They gave up the completion, but they didn't give up the first down.
4th and a long one, maybe 2. And the punting unit, Ryan is on, has had 2 blocked today. His only other punt block this year was against Ball State in the season opener. It's a fake punt. How about this? Line to the 45 and down to the 46-yard line. A counter punch.
A counter punch is right. With the special teams, and Todd Johnson, the starting free safety, is the guy who's going to get the key block on this. Watch right here now. When this play starts, Todd Johnson's going to get a huge block to seal the corner for him. He gets the block and allows Ryan to get outside and turn it into a big first down.
Well, Lou Holtz recognized it before his team did. First down and 10 on the gain of 26. Here's Palmer, pumps, goes deep, left side, man open. And it is tipped and then caught. Gaffney at the 5. Make it the 6.
Jesse Palmer got kind of lucky here, Vern, because they had it. I mean, they went with the pump fake against Sheldon Brown and had him beat. Watch Sheldon Brown bite on the pump fake. He hesitates. Gaffney runs by him, but Jesse underthrows it. It hits Brown in the head, and Gaffney's able to stay with the football. Should have been a big play, ended up being a big play off the head.
That's a gain of 40, his 5th catch of the day. It's 1st and goal, Florida. Palmer drills it, touchdown, Caldwell. 1, 2, 3. Fake punt, Gaffney, Caldwell.
And another boost from Jesse Palmer off the bench. Rashay Caldwell on the slant. It's wide open. Good read by Palmer. And just like he did against Georgia, Jesse Palmer has come off the bench and given Florida a much-needed boost.
Jeff Chandler for the extra point. McKinnon will hold it. It's up and good. From 4th and 2 and a fake punt to a touchdown. Jesse Palmer.
That Nakatani merger is brilliant. We got to move on that now.
Talk to me about the Nakatani merger.
It's big. Deals like that don't happen overnight.
I wonder what brought those two together.
You make that putt, Nakatani. You got yourself a deal.
See the story behind the numbers. Go to cbs.marketwatch.com.
As you can see, the DNA sweeps through the cell after meiosis. This ensures proper dispersal of...
Can't get enough football? Grab a Miller Lite, and any time is Miller time.
Proper dispersal of the genetic code.
Okay, here we go. Push, push. Beautiful baby coming.
Yeah! Nice catch. Good hands.
Can't get enough football? Grab a Miller Lite, and any time is Miller time.
It's unnecessary roughness.
What's going on?
Hey.
Wow, this is nice. But I thought Stacy said if you bought new tools, she gets a new dining room set.
Yeah, she did.
So where are the table and chairs?
You're standing on them.
Fine woodworking tools from Rigid. Name proven by pros since 1923. Take our planer with the power and performance to produce superior finishes on stock up to 13 inches wide. Rigid. Buy them at the Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning.
The NFL Today examines the rivalry between Baltimore and Tennessee. And are we in for a record-breaking day when Elvis Grbac and Jeff Garcia air it out Sunday on CBS?
On your right is Allen Ryan. What a day for him. 2 punts blocked for touchdowns, but then a 26-yard run to ignite this drive. And Jesse Palmer, the fifth-year senior, on the left with the touchdown toss to Caldwell. 21-10. And this one will be brought out. Watson, not far. Marcus Okendo Johnson with the tackle. Let's take a look at the touchdown toss.
Yeah, it's really a nice job of decoying by Jamar Gaffney. Now watch Gaffney. He's going to go and just plant. And as soon as this man clears, the slant is open behind him. Gaffney baits the defender, the inside defender, to come up. And then Palmer goes to Caldwell behind him.
Look at the average drive per scoring drive this year, 153.
And listen to the swamp, Vern. It's been quiet for a long time.
Gators are growling. Here's the shovel pass inside. It goes from Phil Petty to Derek Watson. Sellout crowd on hand, as is the norm here at the Swamp. First call to Swamp by Steve Spurrier back in 1991. Swamps are dangerous for visitors. And what a significant drive by Florida to get back in this game. Think about that last possession. Faison almost had the interception for the touchdown. Play fake. Petty goes right behind his tight end, incomplete. Thomas Hill, the senior starting tight end, that would have been his first catch of the year. Third down. Travis Carroll transferred over from Alabama, sat out last year. He had been a starter at Alabama, suspended for the first 3 games this year. Came on in game 4, hurt a knee, was out, finally got a start last week in the win over Vanderbilt. Third down. 3-man front for Florida. Now they back off. Petty flips it out to Brian Scott, and the tackle immediately made by Gus Scott. 4th down.
Really nice play by Gus Scott. Again, if you play zone and you invite him to throw underneath, you must come up and tackle well, and that's exactly what Gus Scott did on that 3rd down play. The completion was made, but no yards after the catch. Lou Holtz better tell his defense to buckle it up, because Steve is going to attack right away with good field position here if they cover this punt correctly.
Tyler Dean on to punt. Leto Shepard perched at the 37-yard line. Nice and high. That is a boomer. Shepard, fair catch at the 24-yard line. A 50-yard punt and way up in the sky. CBS Sports coverage of Home Depot College football will continue from Gainesville, Florida, after this word from your local station.
The King of Queens, Mondays on CBS. It's all here.
Every morning I have a different routine. I go see different clients. I drive roughly 75 miles a day. When I suggested to my wife, Alexis, she said, "What, are you crazy?" And I said, "Honey, listen, we need a dependable car for Luigi." The warranty has made me very confident. I've had a whole history of terrible cars. I would park it down the street because I was embarrassed. Look at this guy. For me to drive a Lexus is such a pleasure. Now I pull right up to the valet. This car gives me an itch.
Owning a Lexus is closer than you think. Only a Lexus of Greenville.
Now at Hardee's, we're grilling thinly sliced steak and onions to make a Philly cheesesteak sandwich that really delivers on authentic. The new Philly cheesesteak, now just $1.99. Try the new Philly cheesesteak sandwich, just $1.99 for a limited time, only at Hardee's. Hardee's, America's best tasting biscuits. Now get Hardee's famous made-from-scratch biscuit and gravy for just 89 cents. 89 cents, limited time.
Made fresh from scratch, just like Mama did.
The Toyota Tundra has a 32-valve V8, a double wishbone front suspension, and 4-piston caliper front disc brakes. And even packed with all that, the Toyota Tundra still has great ground clearance.
Yeah, you call it ground clearance. I call it headroom.
The Toyota Tundra, better from the ground up.
Putting you on the scene first. Air 7 Power Zoom.
Tyler Dean of South Carolina averaging only 38 yards per punt. A big one that time. 50 yards, first down for the Florida offense. They trail by 11. There's Jesse Palmer back to throw. Good protection. Flips it out, incomplete. Jesse Palmer, fifth-year senior, starter as a sophomore, injured. His dad played in the Canadian Football League. His mom and dad moved to Orlando, and they are here watching their son. Jesse Palmer started this season as the starting quarterback. And then saw some action against Georgia. Injured both ankles, sat out last week, and this was after the touchdown toss just a moment ago. 2nd and 10. And three-man front. Palmer comes right. Kirk Wells, the tight end, at the 30-yard line. That will bring up a 3rd and 5. And a final score from College Station. Oklahoma comes from behind, and they win it by 4.
What a season Oklahoma is having. Bobby Stoops, former defensive coordinator here for Steve Spurrier. A gut check win down in College Station. What a great win for Oklahoma.
21-10 here. 2 block punts for touchdowns by South Carolina. There's Gaffney. Slips the tackle. He is gone.
Chess match between Charlie Strong and Steve Spurrier. This time they go blitz, single coverage. Gaffney on Goodman. The blitz is picked up, the tackle is not made, and a touchdown is the result for the Florida Gators. Sometimes you win with the blitz, sometimes you lose with it.
13th touchdown this season. Only his 2nd from Jesse Palmer. The first memorable in Florida football history because it won the game in Tennessee. And for the 6th consecutive game, Gaffney has gone over 100 yards in receptions.
A guy like Gaffney, you cannot miss the tackle, or this is the result. A short pass, a long touchdown.
Want to start a family?
Right now?
I just got supplemental insurance.
What's that?
Aflac. Well, if we get sick, our health insurance won't cover things like lost pay or other expenses. This does.
What's it called?
Aflac! I don't know.
Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete.
Interest in the Yellow Pages? Falling? Now there's something better. Switchboard.com, a free directory powered by the internet. It's business listings, it's people search, it's maps and directions, locally and nationally. So before you pick up a Yellow Pages, drop in on us instead. Switchboard.com. Think outside the book.
Tim Brando in New York. Coming up on the AXA Halftime Report, Spencer and I will get you caught up on all the scores and highlights. And as Vern and Todd told you, Texas A&M snuffed out on a 4th down play as Oklahoma preserves its lofty ranking and unbeaten record. Let's get back to South Carolina and Florida.
Thank you, Todd. Here's the kick along the ground. Derek Watson nailed at the 14-yard line. How significant have special teams been in this game?
They've been the story so far, as has Jamar Gaffney. 6 catches, 147 yards. And, you know, Steve was very honest with us yesterday when he said, we didn't realize he was this good. I mean, he was on scout team all year last year. But when he gets in the games, he gets better. He's actually much better in games than he is on the practice field. And he just continues to excel at the wide receiver position.
Now Lou Holtz's team must gather itself.
Phil Petty's got to take charge here. Got to communicate and keep his poise. And they better block Gerard Warren.
Petty, deep left side. He's got Watson, and it goes right through his hands. Double coverage on Derek Watson, split wide left.
Well, this is a swamp, and I think we just saw some alligator arms right there by Derek Watson, because Watson knew the safety was coming over, Todd Johnson, to put the hit on, and lost his concentration on the football. He had Manuel beat, but he knew the safety was coming as well.
2nd down and 10. Passing yardage for Florida, 223. Coming into this game, South Carolina had given up only 2 passing touchdowns in the season. Florida's matched that in the first half. 2nd down, handoff. Pinnock fights his way out to the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd down. And time now for the Exxon Virtual Playbook.
Well, we've seen some big plays in the special teams. We've seen some trickery from Florida. You better be ready for it from South Carolina. In their last game against Tennessee, a perfectly executed fake field goal that would have been a touchdown and would have changed the ball game. But Kevin Sides not able to make the completion. Corsi in was wide open, but the ball underthrown. 7-7 at the time. It would have been a huge touchdown right before halftime for South Carolina.
And Carolina wound up losing that game by 3. Here's Petty flipping it out. Pinnock has it. Works to the 24-yard line. Let's see what the spot is. This is very close.
Well, a great second effort by Pinnock, because it looked like he was hemmed in. And he knew what he needed for the 1st down, and he got a good stretch at the end of the play. Boy, the ball is spotted behind the yard line. I thought he got the ball over the 25-yard line.
Yeah, he didn't get the great spot.
The referee had alligator arms too.
He might request a recount here. Is he going to roll the dice?
You could see a couple things here. You could see Phil Petty just trying to draw the team off sides and get the gift 1st down. Or you give it to the big fullback. My guess right here, they're going to spread it out.
They tried.
We saw Florida try a fourth down like this with no backs and ran a quarterback sneak. What will Carolina do? I think they're just going to try to draw them off.
Time is called with 8:59 to go, first half. Let's all settle back, take in a deep breath, and relax. Wow.
So you want to get more out of life?
Take a bubble bath.
Smile more.
Fall in love.
Fall in love.
Visit your homeland. Read a book by Henry Miller.
Do the lambada, the forbidden dance. Once in your life, it couldn't hurt.
Get a really cool car.
Talk to your doctor about Zocor. Zocor, be there.
You were legally cloned.
This Friday, they'll do anything to destroy the evidence, and you are the evidence. Take back what's yours. I want my life back. The Sixth Day, rated PG-13, opens everywhere Friday.
Our business has always been about the direct relationship with the customer. That's what it's always about. What do you want to use a computer for?
I guess the biggest priority is getting online.
I want to make home movies and edit them on the computer.
I'd like to know what I should buy for a teacher.
Give us a call and tell us what you want to do. We'll set you up with a Gateway Essential PC, Intel Celeron processor, and a Year of America Online, all for under $23 a month. Because in Gateway country, people rule.
That's what it's all about.
I'll be telling you which teams are headed uptown and which teams are headed downtown.
I'll tell you why he's wrong.
Just under 9 minutes to go, fourth down. Less than a foot. South Carolina, having called timeout, now has the punting unit on. Tyler Dean, third punt. Lito Shepherd. Dean boomed a big one last time. And he gets another. This is high, not quite as lengthy, but a fair catch called for by Lito Shepherd at the 39-yard line. 37-yard punt, but nothing on the return. And we invite you to be with us again tomorrow for the NFL Today. Leslie Visser will set her sights on the G-Men, Elvis Grbac and Jeff Garcia, going head-to-head. What could be a record-breaking Sunday. And Marshall Falk of the St. Louis Rams will join the guys live in the studio. Stay with Jim Nantz et al. For the NFL Today. And then stay tuned for the NASDAQ.com halftime report. 21-17, South Carolina. Palmer, toss. Here's the trick play. Palmer goes deep for Gaffney, and he's open again. He was clean, and the pass was overthrown.
We talked about trickery in the kicking game. A little trickery out of Steve Spurrier's playbook. Two defenders ran with Rashae Caldwell, and nobody ran with Jamar Gaffney. Caldwell's going to run the post. Gaffney's going to come out on the wheel route, and nobody picks up Gaffney. You see the defense goes to the post, and Gaffney is wide open. Palmer just can't get him the football. Rashad Faison, the strong safety, was in the trailing position and was beaten on the play, but Palmer not able to get the ball there.
Gaffney now Palmer 5 of 9. Across the middle, caught by Frazier. There's a flag down on the far side of the field at the line of scrimmage. Andre Offing makes the tackle on defense for South Carolina. Illegal shift. That'll come back and go against Florida.
You know, Vern, you have to give Steve Spurrier and the Florida Gators credit for coming back in this ball game and getting it down to a 4-point lead. But you also have to remember that all of their points, all 17, have come off of some missed opportunities by South Carolina. There was a missed interception early that led to the field goal. Sheldon Brown had one in the end zone. Then a missed interception by Faison and a fake punt that led to a touchdown, and a missed tackle on Jamar Gaffney led to the last touchdown. So good comeback by the Gators, but a little breakdown by South Carolina as well.
South Carolina brings one man up. They've got 3 down, and they will rush only 3. 2nd and 15. Deep right side for Jacobs, and he got position on House, but he caught it out of bounds. Kevin House, the defender.
House was extremely lucky, Vern, because he had no idea where the football was. I mean, he was doing a pirouette down there trying to find the football, and very lucky that was caught out of bounds. Watch the end of this play. House has no idea where the football was, and just very fortunate that Jacobs was out of bounds.
3rd and 15 with 8:15 to go in the first half of play. Matt Jackson goes wide to the left. 4 wideouts, and again 3 down linemen for South Carolina. They might be bringing 5, however. Now 4 down, and they send 5. Blitz coming, pass complete. Nice delivery by Palmer.
Nice defense that time by South Carolina. They brought one more than Florida could block. That forced the quick throw, and then they made a good tackle in the open field. Andre Goodman. The pressure comes from Palmer's back. He can't block it, so he has to get rid of it quick. And then Andre Goodman right there to wrap up Hagebrook. Good team defense.
Catch is made, but short of the first down. There's Charlie Strong. And here is the snap back to Ryan, who sends it deep. Nice punt. It will go into the end zone and come back out to the 20. 57-yard punt for Allen Ryan. Now, we told you that Lou Holtz and Steve Spurrier were good friends. For more on that topic, let's go down to Jill Arrington.
That's right. Coach Spurrier and Coach Holtz have tremendous respect for each other as coaches, but they're also friends. In fact, 2 years ago, when Coach Holtz's wife, Beth, was diagnosed with cancer, Coach Spurrier made a few calls and got her into Shands Hospital here in Gainesville. They're one of the leading cancer research facilities in the country. She came up and had 83 treatments, Coach Holtz told me, within 7 weeks. Let's get back to the game.
All right, Jill, thank you. That was when Lou was retired, and the good news is that Beth Holtz's cancer is in remission for the 2nd time. Here's a reverse. And good stay-at-home defense played by Mr. Alex Brown.
Vern, the reason you call a play like that is to try to take advantage of an aggressive player like Alex Brown. But Alex Brown plays smart. He stays at home. He plays his game. And he's there to make the play on Ryan Brewer. A lot of people think Alex isn't having a great year because he hasn't had the same kind of sacks this year, but he still leads this team in big plays. That time, not only a big play, but a smart play.
2nd down and 15. Petty, handoff, Watson. Darts, cuts back. That's what he does most effectively. And he gets to the 23-yard line. Let's get a little more on the relationship between Lou and Steve. Here's Jill once again.
Well, Vern, on one of those trips to Gainesville, Coach Holtz even stopped by campus and talked to the Gator football team. Before practice, he gave them some words of wisdom, saying, you've got to remember, you're playing not just for yourself, but for the tradition of Florida football. Ironically, that was 2 years ago, so there's several players on the field right now playing in this game against Coach Holtz.
Thank you, Jill. 3rd down and 6. Little flip, right side. Trouble, 4th down. Gerard Warren, number 61. And South Carolina will be forced to punt. Here come the denizens of the swamp. So Tyler Dean will punt it away.
Another nice play by Alex Brown. Again, staying at home, making a good play, chasing the play down. A hustle play by the defensive end.
Lito Shepard awaits the punt at the 35. Clock shows 5:38 and running. Again, a fine punt by Dean. Shepard will return from the 23. Gets a great block, but then good special teams pursuit leads to the tackle, a 3-yard return on a 49-yard punt. Well, Lou Holtz, this was after a kickoff and his team was up 21-3. There comes the smile. And just a moment ago,
it's amazing how facial contortions are directly related to a scoreboard, isn't it?
He turned 64 years of age in January in his 29th year as a head coach. He has walked 1,000,000 miles in those years. 1st and 10. Palmer on in relief of Grossman to Frazier across the middle to the 33-yard line. Now the first ever meeting between Spurrier and Holtz came in the Sugar Bowl in '92. Just under 5 minutes remaining. Jerome Bettis put the Irish ahead 25-22. Bettis then broke the game open with 2 more long runs in the last 4 minutes of the game. Notre Dame celebrated by showering the head coach to celebrate a 39-28 victory. 2nd down. Here's Graham. 1st down, Florida at the 40. Tackle is made by the linebacker, Andre Otting. This game began with a first score, a 49-yard field goal. Florida's Jeff Chandler, and there is Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards, one of their best defensive players. A very versatile guy, plays both down and up. Looks like it was just an equipment problem rather than a health problem. They'll get him back on the field as soon as possible.
1st and 10. Palmer back. Has time, comes right, has a man open. It's Rashay Caldwell, spins away from the tackle, crosses the field, and has a 1st down at the 34.
Nice job of Jesse Palmer standing in with the blitz, getting it to Caldwell, and then watch him make people miss. 4 missed tackles by South Carolina in the open field, and Caldwell able to advance it further down. Nice read by Palmer, and then a good job after the catch by Caldwell. And again, a second weapon to go to for these Florida quarterbacks, Jamar Gaffney and Rashay Caldwell.
That's a gain of 26, a 1st down at the 35. The clock under 4 minutes to go, 1st half. Deep left side, has a man open, and it is tipped away. And for the 2nd time in this ball game, the best cornerback for South Carolina misses the interception.
Well, they say that the reason that guys play defensive back and not wide receiver is because they don't catch the ball as well. Sheldon Brown, again, look at him looking at the quarterback. He is all over this play, but he just has to finish it. He's got to make the catch. He goes up at the top of the jump, gets both hands on the football, and then plays volleyball instead of football at the end. In great position, but needs to make that play. That's 3 interceptions now that South Carolina has had a great shot at, and they've come up empty each time.
Gators call time, 3:45 to go, 1st half.
Introducing the all-new Silverado Heavy Duty. The most powerful heavy-duty pickup you can get. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
Somewhere between 85 and 90,000 gathered at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, Florida Field, the Swamp in Gainesville. And what an encounter they have witnessed as South Carolina blocked 2 punts for touchdowns, jumped out to a 21-3 lead. Steve Spurrier pulled his starting quarterback Rex Grossman, brought in the 5th-year senior Jesse Palmer. One of the key plays in a series of many was a fake punt by Florida's Allen Ryan. He got a 1st down with a 26-yard run. And they are battling for the SEC Eastern Division Championship and a berth in the SEC title game in Atlanta. 21-17 with 3:45 to go, 1st half. 2nd and 10. Again, a 3-man rush. Crossing route underneath. Hagebrook slips a tackle. That is another missed tackle for the Gamecocks. This one missed.
This is a good job by Jesse Palmer, because what he's going to see is three-man rush. And what that tells him is it's zone. You've got to throw underneath. Don't force it down the field. Throw underneath and see if your guy can break a couple tackles. And that's exactly what Hagebrook did. 8 people dropping into coverage. You're foolish to try to force it down the field. Dump it underneath. Let him run with the football.
Short. Couple of inches. Third down. Jesse Palmer, we mentioned the fact that a couple of weeks back he came on in relief of Grossman after Grossman threw a couple of early interceptions in what became a win over Georgia, but then injured ankles and missed last week's game. But what a moment for him in his final home game as a senior.
I wouldn't be surprised if Steve takes a shot at a touchdown here and goes for it on 4th down if they don't make it.
Keeper. And that would appear that Jesse Palmer got the first down. Jesse Palmer, Florida at Mississippi State. That was when the ankle was first injured.
Yeah, he got banged around in that game. Mississippi State, a very physical defense. And then this play in the Georgia game, just an awkward fall. He couldn't get his legs out from under Witherspoon and had to come out of the ball game, but had played very well for Steve Spurrier in that game in Jacksonville.
Now on in relief, and he's operating from the spread. Blitz. Football. That is a loose football. Oh. No, it's going to be ruled an incomplete pass.
Boy, I'm not sure.
Oh, man, oh, man.
Doyle Jackson is our referee. He called it immediately, but I'm not sure the arm was coming forward on this. Another blitz by Hutchison that was unpicked up, and watch Palmer if the arm is coming forward. Yes, it was. It was, in fact. He tried to pull it back, I think, but a good call by Doyle Jackson. The arm was coming forward, and the ball went into the ground.
And a nice decisive call by Jackson. Didn't hesitate at all. 2nd down and 10. Again, the blitz threatened. Now the Gamecocks back out. Now here they come, and they're bringing 6. Palmer fires it out, incomplete. And Palmer hits the deck. 2:35 to go before the break. Coming up at halftime, Tim Brando and Spencer Tillman, scores and highlights of all of these very significant games here in mid-November in the year 2000.
Vern, this is really fun to watch. It really is, watching Steve Spurrier and his offense go against Charlie Strong. That was the 10th blitz by South Carolina. Now they've been beaten by the blitz, but they've also had some real effective plays. That one was one.
3rd and 10. Gaffney wide right. Blitz again. Palmer deep left side has Caldwell. First down inside the 10-yard line.
Vern, 3rd down and 10. You trust your receivers. You expect blitz, so you go maximum protection. You got a tight end, and both backs are going to stay in and block. It's a 2-man route. You're just saying our receivers will beat their corners, and that's exactly what Caldwell did. One-on-one on Sheldon Brown, and a perfect throw by Jesse Palmer. Keep everybody in the block, 8 guys protecting, throw the football.
That's a 1st and goal. Caldwell with another significant catch. Here's the handoff. And Graham carries it only a yard to the 6-yard line.
Remember the last time they got down here and they had the slot receiver, the twin receivers, and they ran the little combination route with Caldwell and Gaffney. Gaffney was the decoy, and Caldwell got the touchdown. And I think that they attack the end zone. The Florida offense attacks in the red zone better than anybody in college football. That's why they throw so many touchdown passes. You see 69% of the time they score touchdowns here in the red zone. It's because they attack. They don't like to settle for field goals.
2nd down, 3 fresh wide receivers in. They're lined up right. And Palmer goes right. It was incomplete. Intended for Hoggebrook at the goal line.
They had it too.
Andre Goodman was there defending. They did.
Hoggebrook was open, and Jesse Palmer maybe hurried to throw just a tad and didn't make an accurate one. So just a hair early, and he knew that he had a touchdown had he just been a little more accurate.
Still got Matt Jackson and Kelvin Kite on the field. And Hoggebrook, Jacobs, and Kite go wide to the left side. Jackson and Gaffney are wide right. 5 wide receivers. 3rd and goal. Palmer looking right, bumps, goes up the middle. Are you kidding me? Thomas Moody.
Well, the ball was tipped by Kalimba Edwards, or Andre Offing. Watch this play now. He's trying to go here, and Andre Offing is going to get his hands on the football, and Thomas Moody is going to score the touchdown. The Gators have thrown passes to 19 different receivers now. That one was a strange one.
The extra point just inside the upright. The linebacker, Andre Offing, number 36, tipped it. Yeah. Jeff Chandler, I think so. And remarkably, on a tipped ball caught by the left guard, Florida has reclaimed the lead. Moody, Tommy Moody, a 6'3", 302-pound left guard junior from Seville, Florida, and he's got a memory for a lifetime. The ball tipped by Offing, caught by Moody.
And Vern, they tried to go with the exact same way they scored before, with the decoy by Gaffney and throw the slant behind him, and it was wide open had Offing not got his hand on the football.
Chandler will kick off. Watson. Goal line. Trouble. Darrell Owens with the tackle. One of the seniors. Let's go back and look at the touchdown.
Well, again, this is how they scored earlier. Gaffney's right here. He's going to go back and come forward, and the slant is wide open behind him. Gaffney's the decoy. The play's open, but Offing tips it right up in the air, and Thomas Moody, a lineman's dream, scores a touchdown for the Florida Gators.
Hey, good quick work by the umpire, Jim Allison, them too. He immediately signaled tip ball. This is a legal catch. 1st and 10. 1:34 to go. Florida has come from 18 down to lead by 3.
Big money. Gerard Warren. The defense cranking it up a little bit for the Gators. Watch Gerard Warren right over the center. That's a mismatch. That's a small center in there. Scott Brown at 260 pounds. Actually, Phillip Jones in there now at center, but Gerard Warren, a disruptive force in the middle for the Gators.
2nd and 13 with 65 seconds to go before the break. Motion. Yep. Fullback move. Travis Lewis, number 40, tilted.
The good thing for Florida right there also is that the penalty is going to stop the clock. Florida has 1 timeout left, and if they can stop him, they may try to stop the clock in order to try to block a punt themselves. Here's Steve saying right now, if we stop them here, let's call timeout.
Illegal motion by the offense. That is declined. 3rd down.
And how tough has Florida been under Spurrier? Look at their record when they have a halftime lead. They've lost only 4 of 107 games. They've come from behind, trailing by 18. They have a 3-point lead right now. 30 seconds to go before the break. Penny underneath to Kelly. Slips one tackle, but that will not get it done. And quickly Florida calls timeout to stop the clock with 19 seconds to go. So they will get it back after the punt in reasonable field position and a hot quarterback receiver combination.
When I think of NCAA football, I have memories of magical moments.
I think of the great rivalries.
I think of working together as a team.
I think of our incredible marching bands.
I think of our fantastic fans.
Jesse Palmer and Steve Spurrier. Jesse Palmer, Steve Spurrier, and a little conversation with 19 seconds to go.
And he was drawing up one play with Palmer and Hagebrook. They may try to get a good return out of Lito Shepherd and then take one shot at the end zone.
Lito Shepherd trying to get a little crowd reaction, and of course they listen well.
And this team, even though Lito Shepherd is a youngster, he's just a sophomore, the whole team expects him to make big plays in big games, and he has not disappointed all season.
He had the most amazing punt return or interception return I've ever seen earlier. Here's the catch, and Lito Shepherd darts right. There he goes. Touchdown, Florida. Yards. That's his second punt return for a touchdown this season. My, how quickly things become murky for visitors to the Swamp.
We said he's a big play guy. He got some big-time blocks, too. Marcus Akendo Johnson, number 50, gets the first block. And then Marquand Manuel, number 4. Todd Johnson with a big block. And then it's all Lito Shepherd after that. You mentioned the interception return right before the half against Georgia. Turned that game around. This return may have just turned this game around as well. Watch Lito Shepherd. I mean, he doesn't look like he's running that fast, but he's so elusive. You can't get a good angle on him, and he makes people miss in the open field. He's so good at it that Steve Spurrier actually moved him to offense last week and has a couple plays in for him. And Lou Holtz knows we had the upper hand in the special teams in the first quarter, but they have turned the tables on us here in the Swamp in the second quarter.
Lito Shepherd, a sophomore from nearby Jacksonville, father of a 3-year-old daughter, Mia, graduate of Raines High School, and a big play specialist for the Gators.
And this is the #1 punt return team in the country in Florida. So this is not something that they just started doing. They've been returning punts extremely well all season. What a backbreaker for Lou Holtz. His team was losing some steam here in the first half. He just wanted to get to the locker room to regroup. Now he goes in with a 10-point deficit.
Squib kick taken by Pinnett, number 4, on the final play of the first half. Lou Holtz said to us on Wednesday, we've won, but step 3 in a rebuilding process is learning how to handle winning. That's what I'm concerned about. And we've never played in a game as big as this one. The Florida Gators go from 18 down to 10 up in the span of 13 minutes. And we go down to Jill Arrington, who's with Steve Spurrier. Obviously, we're having some technical problems, so we will go back to New York and Tim Brando. 31-21 as we head for the break.
All right, Vern will take all the Master Motivator has to get back in it. The AXA halftime report will get you caught up on all of the day in college football, including scores from College Station after this word from your local station.
Catch Craig T. Nelson in The District tonight on CBS. It's all here.
The E-Class, perhaps the most desirable car in the world.
Love to love you, baby.
It's S&K's spectacular November to Remember sale. Save now on designer suits by Cassini, Ruffini, and Albert Nafon. Sale price 2 for $350. Save 23% on London Fog all-weather coats, just $99.97. 100% camel hair sport coats, save 35%. Now $129.97. Save 30 to 50% on leather jackets, priced from $99.97. Hurry in now to S&K's November to Remember sale. You'll look great.
Ford trucks are the toughest trucks built. And on my farm, that's all that's allowed. When people start talking about going buy this, buy that, it's truck season. You need to be in a Ford.
Right now, during Ford truck season, lease the 2001 Ranger for $199 a month. That's $199 on Ranger today.
They've always done what I ask them to do. At least I know when I go buy a Ford, I get what I pay for.
Ford is hard work and the best trucks are built Ford tough. It's truck season. See your Carolina Ford dealer today.
Okay, check these out. The Camry, the Corolla, and the Solara. Can't make them any better, right? Wrong. Buy or lease any one of them right now, and Toyota will make your